So Formula One is finally listening to the fans and fixing Yas Marina. Let's talk about it. So it's been accepted really since the track was built that Yas Marina was down there with the kind of worst circuits on the calendar in terms of just not having overtaking and stuff like that. You know, the Sochi's, the Spain's, the, stuff like that. Just wasn't really a fun race to watch. And the fans have been asking for a while to change something. The main thing that's been brought up is taking out that turn 5-6 chicane before the hairpin in the backstretch. And not only has F1 done that, but they've also gone ahead and redesigned the chicane at the end of the second straightaway. So here's a picture of the actual layout just from like sky view. So here's a brief summary of what they've done. So they've taken out that chicane before the long backstretch, and they've moved that hairpin back just slightly, just basically for safety reasons, because that wall is actually quite close there because they've got grandstands and then a giant theme park behind it. So they had to move that forward a little bit, so that'll be a little more open hairpin. And then going down to the end of the second straightaway, they have changed that from a left right left chicane into one long rolling corner that'll roll all the way around into that sector 3. Was just kind of, they haven't changed anything in sector 3, it looks like. So it's mainly changes on those two straightaways, which is fine, really. They didn't change anything in between the first and second straightaway. So what are my opinions on this? I actually think these are really good changes because, I mean, I've been like thinking about this for a while. It's just, I mean, I've only actually watched one race because I haven't been an F1 fan for super long, but the race I watched, it was pretty boring. So I'm glad they've done this because I think this is a long overdue change. But it makes it clear that F1 is listening to the fans. I mean, we've had tracks like the Jeddah circuit in Miami come out and people are more and more like, do you guys really care what we're saying? Like, we're asking for fun, flowy circuits with overtaking opportunities and stuff, and they just put out Jeddah and Yas Marina, or Jeddah and Miami, and don't change circuits like Sochi and Yas Marina. This stuff is finally getting changed, and that's good because it shows that F1, in some respect, is clearly listening to their fans. And as a matter of fact, the way they described the change was to create a more exciting race and create more overtaking opportunities. So that's great to see. Here we got like a little overview of the track, just so that you can kind of see what's going to happen. It doesn't look like there's going to be a bunch of like changes to the infrastructure around the track because, I mean, obviously it's a Herman Tilke track in Saudi, not Saudi Arabia, the UAE. What am I talking about? There's lots of money being pumped into that track when it was built for the infrastructure, so they're probably not going to mess much with that. But you do have, I'm interested to see that corner at the end of the second straightaway, how it feels. Is it like an Istanbul turn 8? It doesn't look like it. It looks like a sharper turn than that, but I'm interested to see how that'll go. I don't know if that'll be in the F1 game or not, but yeah, that'll be interesting to see. So let's go ahead and move on to some other things that we're going to talk about today. So earlier in the year, due to COVID restrictions, the Toronto IndyCar race was canceled. Now, they were originally going to try to find a replacement for that. Tracks like Iowa came up. You had tracks like another Indy road course race, maybe backwards, or like with the old F1 course, stuff like that. That stuff all got brought up as possible replacements for that, but IndyCar's decided on none of those. They've actually decided that they're not going to replace the Toronto race, so we'll be back down to a 16-race calendar. That obviously sucks because the more racing, the better, and we lost an opportunity to put Iowa on the calendar, so that, I mean, yeah, that sucks. And obviously, the race got canceled a while ago, but it still sucks for Canadians because, I mean, I guess there's no racing in Canada for IndyCar now. So Hopefully that's not going to be a like permanent cancellation of the Toronto race. It shouldn't be. It looks like it's just a 1-year COVID cancellation, and hopefully by next year we can be way past this stuff. Honestly, we should have been earlier, but yep, that's really all that there is for that. So we're back down to 16 races for the IndyCar calendar. Another thing to talk about in the NASCAR world, Chase Elliott actually got disqualified from the Nashville race because the car was actually missing 5 lug nuts. It must have been spread out around the car because I can't imagine they were missing 5 lug nuts on one tire, but that must have been a colossal failure because multiple crew members missed lug nuts apparently on the car. So they got disqualified. Crew chief is thrown out for next week's race, and Chase Elliott comes home with 39th place points, which he actually had quite a good points day. He had won stage 1, so he got the playoff point for that, and then was like 7th in stage 2, so he got 4 points, and then 13th place finish. So it really sucks for Chase to lose all those points. I'm actually quite a big Chase Elliott fan, so that obviously sucks. But he's got to win. The thing that really hurts in that situation is the playoff point. He's got to win, and he's high up enough in the points that even if we get 16 different winners, the points probably he'd have more than enough points. It's the playoff point that really matters because, I mean, when it gets to the playoffs, there's no guarantee you're not going to need that point. Just because he won the championship last year doesn't mean he can do anything like that again. So that's really all that I have for this video, really. We've got F1 coming up later this week and into next week, and then NASCAR as well. If there's any more news, I'll make more videos about it, but this has been quite, I guess, a big news day in terms of F1 just with that, the Yas Marina stuff. So I'd assume there's going to be something more that comes out about who knows what this week. But that's really all I have. Thank you guys all so much for watching. I'll see you all next time. Bye.